Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. This morning dropped a video talking about the two five-star wide receivers, Ryan Wingo and Mike Matthews. I think Tennessee is in a good position with both of those guys. Can they land one or maybe both? If you missed that video, make sure you go back and check it out. Laid all that out why I think Tennessee is in a good position with both of those guys. But now I want to change gears. I want to switch over and talk a little bit about the offensive line, because when you look at the grand scheme of things, we really talk a lot about Tennessee missing and not hitting some of the big-time prospects on the offensive line. But you go back to the class of 2022, Tennessee's highest-rated prospect in that class was four-star offensive lineman Addison Nichols. He's a guy that going into this year, spoiler alert, I went on Locked On VAWLS yesterday with Eric Kane. That video is going to be out next week, but we talked a little bit about the offensive line position, and it seems like Tennessee not really satisfied at that guard position. They added Andres Carrick through the transfer portal, but after spring camp wrapped up, they went back to the portal trying to add more talent. I think Addison Nichols is a guy that we could see make an impact this fall moving into 2023. I think that's where we kind of form the narrative that Tennessee is struggling on the offensive line recruiting, and that's because we had the big four offensive tackles that Tennessee was in on. Francis Mauigoa, Lucas Simmons, Shamrod Umarov, obviously the one that they landed. Also Stanton Ramel. That was a miss. But Shamrod Umarov, highly rated four-star prospect. I'm excited to see how his career plays out. But there's also some interesting guys worth talking about. Trevor Duncan, 6'5", 6'6", 277 pounds, somewhere around in there. Three-star prospect, very athletic guy. He was recruited on the defensive line, but listed as an athlete. A lot of people think his career ultimately ends up at the offensive tackle position. Also, a recent commitment. You go back to April the 21st, Jeremiah Hurd, three-star defensive lineman, 6'7", 295 pounds. Also a guy that a lot of the insiders, the media, the recruiting analysts and experts think that ultimately his career could end up at the offensive line. But Tennessee's got to continue to add some of these elite level prospects. We're going to get into one of those today. Tennessee has been predicted to land four-star offensive tackle Max Anderson. Also, a couple of other guys I want to get into and talk about, but you guys know the deal. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. That is quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. We are building a community of Tennessee fans right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. We don't talk at you. We talk with you. That is what this channel is all about. If you dig it, if you like that, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Just quick note, next week, I typically go live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. For the NCAA stream, going to have to move that to Tuesday. Got some stuff going on. Obviously, Sunday, Mother's Day. Hope all you moms out there have a great Sunday. Got some stuff Monday, so we'll do that Tuesday night. I will continue to remind you that. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Max Anderson. 6'5", 305 pounds, listed as an interior offensive lineman. And again, a lot of people think he could ultimately end up on the outside as an offensive tackle. Got that good length. Out of Frisco, Texas, class of 24, four-star offensive tackle. 247 Sports has him as the 18th ranked tackle in the country. Now, ultimately, what you guys like to do is go to the On3 recruiting prediction machine and make your decision. Now, if you do that, you're going to be disappointed because the On3 recruiting prediction machine has Michigan way out front, 96.1%. But if you look right here on 247 Sports, got a crystal ball to Michigan that came in quite some time ago, but then just recently, Ryan Callahan of 247 Sports puts in the crystal ball for Tennessee. Now, this is one of those where this is just a gauge of where Tennessee is at in this recruitment. This is not one of those Steve Wiltfong final deal, last hour, switching my pick. You guys know it's a spoiler alert, not a prediction, but Max Anderson predicted to Tennessee by Ryan Callahan. He's a guy that visited for the first time, was in Knoxville last summer. Now he's trying to plan out another trip to Knoxville in the coming weeks. Now, is that an unofficial or an official visit? We will see how that plays out. But I was reading the article where Ryan Callahan put in the prediction. He says multiple sources close to his recruitment think the Vols might now lead or have a slight advantage over the other contenders. Says they're currently the only team that has finalized plans to host him, easy for me to say, on an official visit, and he's now looking into the possibility of traveling to Knoxville this month. So again, he's planning to take that official, possibly an unofficial, but does he move that official earlier in the month? It says Georgia and Oklahoma have been Tennessee's main competition, with Michigan is also in the picture. Again, they're leading the On3 recruiting prediction machine, but part of that is Michigan already has 5 offensive linemen committed in the class of 24. So is that playing into this for Max Anderson? And again, where does he end up? Listed as an interior offensive lineman, but he's got that size, that weight, that length. I think with his athleticism, could he ultimately end up moving to the outside? No scouting report on him, but you go look at his offer list. It's a who's who right there. You can see at the top: Tennessee, Georgia, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas. But to see Tennessee trending or leading or getting that prediction for a legitimate 4-star offensive lineman, that excites me. There's not a whole lot of 5-star offensive linemen out there to choose from. And we talk about that position and how it's difficult to analyze and break down, and it's hard to gauge where these guys are at. It's more of a development than it is, being able to go and cherry pick, all right, this guy, that guy, 5-star prospect, get him in the boat and let's roll. It's all about development more than maybe evaluation. And I think Glenn Ellerbe has shown his ability to develop talent. Now, can he get it done on the recruiting trail? Can he close the deal on a guy like Max Anderson? There's also another crystal ball that came in just this week. That is 3-star interior offensive lineman Ronan O'Connell. He's an in-state kid, Franklin, Tennessee. 6'4", 273 pounds. The crystal ball came in from Steve Wiltfong. You can take a look at that. Came in on the 8th. So came in yesterday at 10:50 a.m. And again, you're not going to just fill up a class of 4-star, 5-star offensive linemen. So is Ronan O'Connell a depth piece? Is he a guy that you can develop you don't have to rely on him as a freshman or as a sophomore? Listed here according to the 247 Sports Composite, 13th overall player out of the state of Tennessee. So we talk about locking down our borders. Ronan O'Connell, predicted by Steve Wiltfong, another guy that Tennessee could look to add in the boat. And I want to talk about one last guy here on the offensive line, and that is 4-star offensive tackle Marquez Easley. You can see the tweet there from on3.com that he is set 4 official visits and locked in an October commitment date. So we will be counting down to that commitment. You can see there the official visit scheduled: Georgia on June the 2nd, Oklahoma on June the 9th, Tennessee on the 16th, and Alabama right there wrapping things up, getting that visit on June the 23rd. Now, Marquez Easley, 4-star prospect, according to On3. He's listed as the 5th player out of Illinois, 6'7", 300 pounds, top 20 offensive tackle overall. Now, you go look at the recruiting prediction machine. They've got Tennessee out front at 19.9%, but it's a pretty close race. You've got Alabama at 17%, Georgia at 14%, Oklahoma at 12%. And people think this is a tight race really between Georgia, Oklahoma, and Tennessee, but Alabama been showing a lot of love over the last couple of weeks. Taking a look at an article from on3.com, he says Alabama has come on. It changed a lot. They speak for themselves, so I'm interested. They are recruiting me harder, talking to me more, and things have really picked up. But again, not going to make that decision until October. Here's a quote about Tennessee. Easley says, with Tennessee, I've got that connection with KP. That's Kevin Pendleton. Says he was at Missouri when they offered me early. That bond and the energy at Tennessee makes them stand out. One last quote that I like. Says here, decision still 5 months away. The visit's going to help him sort things out. But he says, I will go where I feel most at home. That's it for me. That's what Marquez Easley says as he wraps up the interview with on3.com. That's a quote that we hear a lot out of all these guys when they visit. They talk about the atmosphere, the culture, the vibe. It feels like home. Rocky Top just feels like home. So Marquez Easley going to take those visits and sort it out. But I like the odds of coming to visit Glenn Ellerbe, a guy who his offensive linemen say they spend more time at his house. They take naps, they hang out, they watch TV. Sometimes Coach Ellerbe has to kick them out because they spend so much time hanging out with their coach. That's what you want to see. That's the type of atmosphere that can win over a 4-star offensive tackle like Marquez Easley. I know this is a lot of information trying to run through it. I've not done a good job covering the offensive line. I've been talking about quarterbacks, wide receivers, some of those top-ranked prospects. So a brief rundown: Max Anderson, 4-star offensive lineman, has been crystal balled to the VAWLS. Ronan O'Connell, 3-star offensive lineman, also crystal balled to the VAWLS. Marquez Easley laying it out, going to take those official visits and make a decision in October. Hit the comment section. What are your thoughts? Has Tennessee missed the boat these last couple of years under Josh Heupel? Are they doing a good enough job recruiting on the offensive line. What do you think about guys like Trevor Duncan switching over from the defensive line to the offensive line? A lot to unpack. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it in the comments section. As always, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Appreciate you guys picking up merch. Tag me on Twitter at Boogie Bentley. Come give me a follow. If you got that merch, would love to see it. Post it out there. Tag me up. We would appreciate that. Also, thank you to the members of the channel. You want to help financially support what we are building around here, hit the join button down below. It's only $1 a month. $1 a month. If you got that dollar to spare, you enjoy the live streams, the content, the videos. We would greatly appreciate that. You get access to custom Talkin' VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But if not, hey, smash the thumbs up. Come hang out in the comment section because that is free. And that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.